What's up, fight fans? It's first episode of Knights of the Round Cage. We're here to talk about Bellator 204. Got my man Jake Smith over here, 7-2 pro MMA fighter. Also fights for Bellator. Coming off an amazing knockout over Steve Cozzolo. My boy, my California boy. So I'm a little hurt by that, but glad to have you on here, man.
Well, technically, I'm a California guy too. I mean, I was born in California, so if anything, he's the imposter. He's from Chicago, so you don't have to feel too bad.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
mine just got blown. Okay, now
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
Jake Smith fan. Full on Jake.
There
Smith
you go. There it is.
But I'm glad to have your insight onto this. We had an amazing Bellator 204 card. Kind of snuck up on this. This was just a card of just like homegrown talent. Like there was no former UFC fighters, no Pride throwback stuff. Just straight up Bellator homegrown prospects. And I mean, was this like a first for you seeing like this kind of card? Were you surprised by how well it did?
Yeah, man. I mean, the last few Bellator cards actually, they've been just crazy finishes. Like every card, I don't know, most of the fights are finishes, So I don't know if it's just the matter of over at Bellator, you kind of feel like in order to get recognized, we have to, push for that finish a little bit harder, or if it's just, maybe some of the matchups or whatever it is. But right now, man, it's exciting stuff. I mean, I can't complain about the finishes. You know what I mean? More finishes in a card, the better.
Yeah, exactly. And we saw a lot of those again. I mean, starting off with the main event here, homegrown Darren Caldwell taking on Noad Lahat, who actually competed in the UFC at one point. High level BJJ. I actually thought, I had Caldwell. I thought he was going to win, but I thought Lahat would be a very good test for him because the strength moving up to 145 for Caldwell, the ground game of Lahat. I've seen him off his back. He's very good off there. Caldwell just blazes through him, just completely dominates him wrestling wise. Gets the second round ground and pound TKO. What were you expecting from Caldwell at 145? And I mean, what do you see with his future here?
Well, I mean, I saw him as winning as well. But what I was most surprised with was his own size. Like he's a decent size 145er. So for him to go up there, and look bigger than the natural 145er, it was pretty impressive to me. Like at the weigh-ins, I was like, damn, I was expecting him to be, a little bit smaller compared to I can't even pronounce the dude's name, but how do you say it again? Lahat?
Yeah, Noad Lahat. He's
Lahat.
Israeli guy.
Yeah. I think he trains out of Extreme Couture, if I'm not mistaken.
He does. Out here in Vegas, where I live now.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, but yeah, man, Caldwell, he's on a tear right now, man. That guy, he's the guy to beat in Bellator, I think, as far as like the up and comers and well, I don't know if he's even considered an up and comer anymore. I mean, he's the champ, right? So.
Yeah, he's the champ at 135. Comes, beats Leandro Higo, protege of the Pitbull brothers, defends his title, and then comes up to 145, and dismantles, a former UFC fighter. So we'll have to see. I don't know, going for that double belt. What happens here?
Yeah,
I know I think he called out Pitbull, right?
Yeah. I know they've gone back and forth on Twitter too, not that long ago. But yeah, so yeah, everyone's trying to do that champ life right now. I mean, that seems to be the trend in MMA. Everyone wants two belts. It's a popular trend, I guess. I mean, more power to him. I mean, I hope he gets his money. But I mean, I would like to see him and Pitbull, but you can't count on Emmanuel Sanchez because they're about to fight for the belt.
True, very true. Yeah, Emmanuel Sanchez has been just spectacular. Amazing story with just the way he, came up and learned MMA and whatnot. Definitely recommend looking into him and some of the performances he's put on as well.
Yeah.
Caldwell was just one of many of the the college standout wrestlers on this card, which is kind of the theme for the main card and the prelims. And I talked about this on Twitter a little bit, but it seems like right around the Coker era, like they started loading up on these guys.
Yeah.
Did you notice that, or is that something you saw? And like, did you think that was going to pay out?
Oh yeah, definitely. I saw it right away. Like as soon as well, one of my teammates, his brother is Tyrell Fortune.
Okay.
So when all that was happening, we kind of knew about it, the little buzz around our gym. And I think it's genius. It's smart. Why not? I mean, obviously, most of these college wrestlers, the next transition, if they're going to have a career in athletics, is going to be fighting. So why not swoop them up before, these other promotions get to? Let's build them up in our promotion, make them names, and then, get that ball rolling.
Yeah, and speaking of wrestlers, I mean, we had Logan Storley, obviously, very highly touted wrestler here, taking
Yeah.
on. I'm saying it again, a guy who thought I was going to be there was going to be a tough test in AJ Matthews, and
Yeah.
passes with flying colors again. Just
Yeah,
that wrestling thing.
that was a tough one to watch. That was a tough one for me to watch because I like AJ Matthews a lot. I think a lot of people do. I don't know anyone who doesn't like AJ Matthews. He's a funny guy. He has his mustache, he has his
Yeah,
quirkiness, and he comes to fight. He's a fighter's fighter. But man, that was a mauling. That was straight up Leonardo DiCaprio versus the Bear and the Revenant. You know,
definitely.
from from the beginning to the end. I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a rough night for you, buddy.
Yeah, the obviously just the takedowns. You know, he wasn't able to stop them, and once it got to the ground, it just looked like Storley was at home.
Yeah.
He's truly proven to be, and he's gotten some vicious. I think one of his wins actually was on the feet, so he's shown presence for both now.
hmm
Um, at this stacked welterweight division. Were you surprised he was left off of the whole tournament that they're doing right now?
Um, not surprised. I mean, he doesn't have as much of his name as some of the other guys. Like Ed Ruth has been making, a big splash. A lot of people are talking about Ed Ruth. Like you don't really hear too many people bringing up Storley. I don't think he's the type of fighter that Bellator is wanting to, to push too hard because yeah, I mean he mauled AJ, but it's also wasn't like the most exciting, I guess, fight. Like his style, it's very Matt Hughes-esque. Like he's gonna take you down, he's gonna beat you up on the ground, and where like the other wrestler like Ed Ruth, who's in this, who's young, just has less fights than him, I think. But Ed Ruth is mixing up on the feet. He's doing a lot of crazy stuff, and I think that's what they want to showcase more is more they're trying to draw in as much as attention as we can with the most exciting fights. If Storley's just going out there and ragdolling people, it's not going to be the most fun.
Yeah, at that point you kind of have to take the Chael Sonnen route, right? Like if you're going to be
Yeah,
that wrestler, and you're not going to be as exciting in the cage, you got to be really exciting out of the cage.
yeah. See, that's kind of the thing, right? You got to come up with some kind of gimmick and sell yourself that way. I mean that's the way that this fucking sports work, man. It's not what you're doing producing. It's just what kind of drama can you bring in.
And speaking of out of the cage drama, James Gallagher, very I don't know what the word is, boisterous, cocky.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Um,
yeah.
you,
Cocky's a good one.
yeah, quite a few words you could use up, leading up to this fight with Ricky. I hope I'm not butchering his last name, Bandejas.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Ricky Bendejas.
And we all knew. I think those of us who watch, a lot of MMA thought this was going to be a tough fight for Gallagher.
Yeah.
The odds even showed it. I think Gallagher was only a slight favorite, whereas all his other fights, he's been
Oh,
just
okay.
gigantic, like huge favorite. But for people who don't know, Bandejas is coming over from CFFC, which is
Mhm.
one of the top promotions on the East Coast. Most of the East Coast. They actually came out to San Diego last year. I got to
Oh,
see
okay.
them. It was pretty cool. Saw Shorty Rock and a couple other guys, guys that are in the UFC now, actually.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so yeah, most of the East Coast, but he was the champ over there. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people discounted him. He came in here, caught caught Gallagher early, and
Hmm.
then gave the nastiest sidekick to the face that wound up on Sports Center. I mean, were
You're
you
right.
shocked by this?
That was some sweet chin music. Yeah, I was
Right?
shocked, man. Like, part of me had a feeling I was like, this guy's gonna is gonna catch Gallagher. Like, I don't
Mhm.
know. I just felt like the circumstances were correct. Like, he was too boisterous this time. Like, he's always been very cocky in your face, but it seemed like this time he was almost trying to convince himself. Like he got in the guy's face, and it was a little disrespectful. I didn't dig it too much. I mean, it's the whole Conor McGregor effect, and it's sticky. I don't know. I'm not a huge Gallagher fan. I'll be flat out frank with it. But
Hard,
I had a
hard to come
question. Um, did that Ricky guy, did he take it on short notice? Was that his Gallagher's original opponent?
I don't think that was his original opponent. No, because he
Yeah.
was. Um, well, it's hard to. Gallagher's had quite a few pullouts recently, so it's actually hard to keep
Okay.
track of because he was supposed to fight. Well, obviously, so the last time we saw Gallagher in the cage, he fought Lyoto Machida's older brother, but
Yeah,
much
yeah,
smaller, but older brother, Chinzo.
yeah.
Choked him out in the first round at the Bellator NYC card.
Yep, I
And then
remember
he
that.
pulled out of fights with Labiano and Boric.
Okay.
And
Wasn't he scheduled to fight AJ too, and then he pulled out of that?
never got actually scheduled to fight Adrian McKee. They just kept going back and forth.
Okay, that's
I
what it
know
was.
I've talked to Adrian multiple times.
Hmm.
I have good connections with the Team Body Shop guys. Great crew over
Yeah,
there. I know AJ's wanted that fight forever, and then he saw Gallagher going down a weight class, and he was kind of like, "What the
yeah,
fuck?" You know, like
yeah,
I thought we
yeah.
were gonna fight. Why are you going down a weight class?
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
so that was weird. I don't understand a lot of the moves here. I do get that Gallagher was promised a title shot with a win.
yeah.
It still just doesn't really add up to me why he would move down. I guess because 145 and Caldwell, and there's kind of a backup there, maybe.
Maybe, I mean, maybe maybe he didn't feel, he was as strong or as big as he thought he was originally at 145. I mean, there's some big guys out there, man. Like even me, like dropping down from 170 155, I still feel like I'm a small 155er. So
Yeah,
he's a pretty big 135. I mean, he's what, 5'9", so he's got some length
yeah.
on most of the guys.
He's not
Uh,
small. Yeah,
yeah. So
I
maybe he
don't
just
think he's
figured,
quite five
if I'm
nine, but
bigger,
he's
what
got a
was that?
long reach. He's I don't think he's quite 5'9", but he's got a pretty long reach.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, he looks pretty lanky.
He's a lanky dude.
So yeah, I mean, it could just been like a team call. Maybe, the coach was like, "Yo, if you really want to, go as far as you can, let's drop down to 135 and go out there and maul some guys because that's his game. He takes you down, he submits you. That's what he wants to do."
Basically, yeah, a lot, pretty
Yeah.
much the opposite of AJ, who can strike with you and also take you to the ground. And that's
Yeah, and
why,
AJ is a big dude.
yeah, that's why I've always
That would not,
maintained
yeah.
that that would matchup wouldn't have turned out well.
No. I think he knew that. I mean, he's got to be a little bit realistic with himself, regardless of calling himself a fucking animal. Like he knows he's gonna get beat up by AJ. Like it's
Well, do you
come on.
think? So you think with Gallagher, he's doing tape study on Bandejas, right? And there's a
Yeah.
lot of tape out there. He fought in CFFC. There's readily tape available for his fights. You think he's
Hmm.
watching the tape and he's like, shit, like I might be in trouble here, and that's why he
Yeah.
amps up the antics leading up to the fight. Is that something fighters actually do?
I believe that 1000%, man. It's you got to like there are some fights that are just scary. You know what I mean? Like and you got to, you can't be the guy like, oh no, I don't want to fight this guy because he's better than me. Like you got to go out there and prove yourself. So you got to do whatever you got, to get in your mind to amp yourself up. And I think I'll catch fighters doing, even in my own gym, is if they're talking to you, it's almost as if they're trying to convince you of how good they are, but at the same time, it's more they're convincing themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like a weird, I mean, fighting's it's really psychological. So I think that was him going, I'm just gonna I'm gonna get in this guy's head. I'm gonna amp it up. Like I'm gonna force myself to go out there and just fight like a savage because this guy's fucking a killer.
yeah, definitely. I mean, Ricky Bandejas is now 10-1. That was his Bellator debut actually, and
Yeah,
quite the
yeah.
debut. I mean, now we got this new guy at 135. What do you see in his future? I mean, it looks really bright.
Yeah, man. I mean, he looked good. I mean, I did see some signs of some things he needs to work on. Obviously, the calf kick. He was
Mhm.
getting tagged out with some kicks there. And I mean, Gallagher did pretty good on his feet for a minute there. He was doing, he was pressuring him, and then it was just until he got caught. It wasn't like Ricky. I felt like Ricky was losing that fight up until that point.
Yeah, basically. I mean, Bandejas showed off some power, some real, that sidekick, man.
Yeah,
Just talk to me about that sidekick.
that was sweet. Who's the wrestler that always did that? Is it Shawn Michaels or some crap?
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the sweet chin music. I don't know. That was unexpected. It was smart. Like I would never thought that was gonna come out at his face. Most people just
yeah.
rush in and start throwing punches. Uh Man, yeah, just have the timing and the accuracy of that just right on the chin. That's the best outcome you can have. Like do some cool shit on live TV, and now it's all over Sports Center or it's getting replayed. Now this dude's gonna blow up. He's gonna blow up off of one fight.
Exactly. And that's, exactly what you want. Bright future for Ricky. Really looking forward to his next fight now. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to Gallagher's next fight too. I want to see how he bounces back. I mean, this is still a 21-year-old kid. We're
yeah,
not
he's
writing him
young.
off or anything.
No,
His first loss, it happens.
yeah.
Um, so
I mean
don't.
that's the sport, man. It's 50-50. One guy wins, one guy loses.
Yeah,
I will say this. I am a little disappointed. Not disappointed, but I think people who are defending him should fucking stop defending him and sticking up for him. Like, oh, he's 21 years old and everyone's going hard. Yeah, I think he deserves it. I think he deserves to get a little bit of shit on. Like, if you're gonna be that cocky, that much of an asshole to your opponent before the fight, and then you get knocked out and now you're embarrassed and people have to defend you because you embarrassed yourself, I think you should take that licking for a little bit. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally with you. Like me personally, as a journalist, it's not my place to do it. But if you're a fan
Yeah.
or a fellow fighter or whatever, I mean, and you're giving him shit, I don't think there should be people saying like, oh, well, you can't do that. You know,
Yeah.
you totally
Yeah.
can. Like,
I just saw a bunch of people tweeting about it, like, "Oh, lay off of him. He's a young kid. He's done this and he blah blah blah." That's cool, man. That's great. He talked a lot of shit. Now let other people talk shit to him. Let him get a little bit of his own medicine.
and to be clear, this was really Gallagher's first real test. I mean,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the fights before this, he was gigantically favored. Like there was
yeah.
no like fight where you were like, okay, this is really going to be, you know,
Hmm.
uh, like I think McKee's training partner, Anthony Prettyboy Taylor, probably gave him the best test. He
Yeah,
that he still wound up winning that one at the rear naked choke in the third round, I believe, and that
yeah,
was in his home country. So
yeah. And I mean, I not the shit on Pretty Boy, but what's his record? Like, is he like 3-2 or 3-3?
it's not good. Yeah, it's not
It's not
good.
good.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
he's he's,
not.
he's still also one of those very young guys that's working on some stuff. But like I said,
Yeah,
that's the guy. That's the guy who gave Gallagher the toughest test so far. So that's kind
exactly.
of go off of. That's usually what I look at when I do like tape study or something. I know my tape
Yeah.
study is way different than a fighter's tape study. Like I'm looking for completely different things.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but I always look for the fight where there was the most back and forth action, not just like a one sided, you know,
Yeah.
beat down or
Yeah.
whatever. Um,
No, for
any,
sure.
anyways, another we were talking about crazy wrestlers, and we're back to another one. Taiwan Claxton, man,
Yeah.
another very decorated wrestler comes in,
Yeah, he
and
beat up my teammate.
it'll be a hard one to talk about. Yeah, a
Well, I mean,
pretty.
it's not.
Go
I mean,
ahead.
it's. I mean, it's not that hard to talk about. I mean, the guy won. Sunshine, he's a different guy. You know, he's it's hard to say, man. Like, so Fabiano, our head coach, he describes Sunshine as like the Chihuahua that's always barking, and no matter how hard you throw it against the wall, and it'll just come back and start barking at you. That is Sunshine. No matter what you do to him, no matter how hard you kick him, no matter how hard you beat him, he's gonna come back. He's gonna run his mouth. So that's just who he is. He's not. He is what you see is what you get with him. That is exactly who he is at the gym, and that is just his personality, man.
Honestly, all I saw was two guys trying to sell a fight. Like, you know, uh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's what I
I
saw
think
it
there was
as.
legitimate animosity there.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe these
No,
guys
like
really
I
didn't
know
like each
the
other.
yeah. I mean, I know the whole touching of gloves. That was weird. I
Uh-huh.
don't understand that. Like, don't talk all this shit to each other and then be like, we're buddies still, but let's punch each other.
That's kind of
Nah,
what
man,
made me
get
think
out.
it was more
Yeah,
promotional. Like, if you're gonna show respect at the glove touch, then maybe it was just
yeah.
kind of like, we were just building up the fight. Like, it's all good.
Nah, man, that was I think that was legit because I mean it's still they're still talking shit to each other now, It's which I mean I don't know why. Like if I had to give Sunshine some advice, I'd be like, hey, won't you just, slow your roll a little bit? But he does his thing, he's got his name out there, so I guess let him keep doing his thing.
Yeah, I'm a fan of both these guys, man. Especially since Chris changed his last name. Now I'm an even bigger fan. Uh,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. How do you say that?
Lencioni.
Lencioni. I like that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Um,
it is good.
and but the fight itself, Claxton just uses his wrestling here, man, and
Mhm.
takes the unanimous 3 round decision from Chris. We see why. He blew up for the flying knee. That was
Yeah,
his debut. That's why he blew up. That's why he's on the main card of this fight. But ever since
hmm,
then, we've just seen more of the wrestling side. Do you think he's
yeah.
going to progress and become, a dual threat, or is this kind of, just what he is now?
Uh, well, I mean, he's very young in his career, right?
Hmm.
I mean, I think he's gonna try to do that. Like, so here's the thing with wrestlers that I notice is once they do find a little success on their feet, it's almost like they forget about their wrestling, right?
Hmm. I've
Um,
seen that.
Exactly. So, I mean, I can actually, for some reason, I see that happening with him in the future. I see him kind of start to find his boxing, almost like, for some reason, he reminds me of Michael Johnson. I don't know why, but maybe because they look alike. I don't know. But yeah, like I feel like that's kind of be his MO. Eventually, he's going to be, kind of more of a striker guy who does have the takedown if it's there. But I have a feeling he's going to end up getting away from that eventually. Uh, but in this fight, it seemed like he wanted to stand with Chris at first, but then Chris was pressuring him the whole time, throwing all these kicks and spinning stuff, and Taiwan was just kind of backing up a little bit there, and I think the range kind of threw him off a little bit because Chris does have like these lanky arms and throws these weird kicks and shit. So I guess he figured like fuck it, I'm just gonna ragdoll this dude.
Yeah, Chris being 5'9", not sure about his reach, but he looks like he's got long arms, so
Yeah,
definitely.
man. He always throws these fucking stupid push kicks and stuff and sparring and I know what it's like going with him and with his long limbs and his legs they're fucking long, man. So I understand why he took him down and just kind of beat him up there.
And then, so that's the main card. There was some, real standout performances on the prelims. Um, you know, uh, One of the ones that stood out to me, I'm not sure if you saw this, was David Mashaw had his back taken up against the cage and then spun out and just I think hit the guy with the massive like right hook and knocked him out. It was a weird, like the his opponent, I can't remember his name. He like tried to. He was up against the cage. He was up against the cage and tried to wrap his legs around and looked like he was going to go for the choke. And instead, Mashad kind of just shrugged him off, turned around and hit him with the hook. That was yeah, a strange KO. Yeah, very impressive from him. It seemed like the other guy was just out by the time the first fist landed.
Yeah.
What stood
Actually,
out
I
for
did
you on the
not
main?
see that one. That one I didn't see. I did
What?
miss that. What was that?
Oh, I was just going to ask you what did stand out for you on that you saw from the prelims.
From the prelims? Well, the Cotton Romero fight.
Hmm.
That one. What did he catch him with? Like did he knee him in the head? Is that how he ended up finishing him? Like he got him in a clinch and kneed him?
Yeah, a bunch of just unloaded with knees. Yeah,
Yeah, and of course also the whole controversy with Homeboy not even attempting to make weight at all.
that was. What did you think? What was going on there?
I have no idea. I think he dude, I don't know. Like, did he even try to like give out an excuse or anything? Like, is there any like quotes for him? Like,
I
nothing.
didn't see anything. Like I figured, if someone misses, they would at least apologize. Like usually that's what you do, right? If you
Yeah, like
look
it's
really bad,
something.
like you
I
kind of
mean,
like you say, hey, like I had something going on, like the water wasn't working at my hotel.
something, right? Like, I'm surprised that the commission allowed it. Like, he could have weighed up to 18 pounds over, I guess, before the commission said, "Oh, he's too heavy to fight."
Yeah, he was basically a light heavyweight.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy to me that the commission was like, "Oh, he's only 14 pounds over. Oh, okay, we can let this go."
I
Like, yeah,
wonder
I
if
mean,
15 was the limit. Like if he had hit 15, they're like, now we can't do it. But
no, no,
because
no.
14,
It's 18.
I
It was
was like,
18.
oh my god, that's
Yeah, there's like
ridiculous.
there's a percentage. It's like you can't be, is it 10% or 15% over the weight limit or some shit like that? So like someone did the math and it ended up being he could weigh up to 18 pounds over.
What the hell? Well, that's just
Yeah.
I don't understand that. But
So
regardless, it didn't wind up mattering because Romero Cotton got
yeah, it
him in a
didn't
clinch
matter.
and just knee
Yeah.
after knee. I mean, they were hurting. I was like grabbing my face as I was watching it.
Right.
Like, dude just got his grill busted up with those gnarly knees. I mean, that was super impressive. That's a good one to pick out.
I
Um,
just want to know how much he was fined. Because if you miss like by, a pound, you get fined 20% is usually the
mhm.
minimum, like so then, if it's like 3 or 4, some people bump it up to like 30%. But we're talking 14 pounds. Do you think Homeboy even got paid?
I mean, barely. I mean,
Like, yeah,
they'll
it's like
release
give
the
me
pay
80%.
statements. Yeah, if you're missing out, I mean, some of his money's going to Cotton, some of it's going to the commission. Obviously he's
Yeah.
not getting his win bonus.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
not a whole lot of
he got kneed
money.
in the face for nothing.
Yeah, I don't know the strategy. I guess the strategy might have been like, I'm gonna miss weight and like use my weight to advantage, but that didn't work out for him. The other
Or
guy,
or maybe,
what was that?
huh? I was gonna say, or maybe he was trying to get out of the fight. Like, if you didn't even
Oh,
try to make weight and you're thinking, okay, if I'm this much over, he's not gonna accept the fight.
oh, he turns down the fight. Yeah, that's another option.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this other one, but Jason Jackson
Yeah, yeah.
with the gnarly ground and pound finish. That was
Yeah.
also really impressive. I'm trying to think of who
He's
else.
a he's another wrestler, right? Like a stud wrestler.
Yeah, another one, man.
Yeah, there
They're
was
out
like
there
how many were on this card? There was like 6 of them.
at
I think
least. Well, we know
that they
Romero
were all
Cotton,
American. Yeah.
we know Claxton, we know Caldwell,
Storley. Yeah,
Storley.
Caldwell.
Someone, I can't remember who, tweeted out like a nice little. Oh, here we go. I got it right here.
Okay.
So Darren Caldwell, North Carolina State D1 NCAA
Hmm.
champion. Logan Storley, Minnesota, 4-time D1 All-American. Talon
Yeah.
Claxton, Ohio University, 2-time D1 NCAA qualifier. Merrill Cotton, Nebraska Kearney, 3-time D2 champion, NCAA champion. So
Yeah, man.
it's just insane. Jason Jackson has like you has a pretty cool nickname, the Ass Kicking Machine.
The ass
Uh,
kicking machine.
yeah, Jason, the Ass Kicking Machine Jackson.
All right. Well, that's cool. I mean, it's better than like Action Jackson, you know?
Oh, come on, that would have been so corny.
Yeah, I'm
But
glad he didn't do something like that.
he's coming out of down there in from the I don't know even know if they're called Black Zillions anymore, but the
Yeah,
whatever
down there in Florida.
whatever remnants or half pieces they have left. He's down there and fighting out Nigeria, I believe. Um,
Okay.
so pretty cool guy to keep an eye on. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this card. We'll definitely be back for Bellator 205, which is taking place pretty soon. I don't think we have one of these. We had a long break between the last Bellator and this one.
Yeah.
And then this next card, oh, it does look like we're in for another long break, actually.
So it is September, right?
Yeah, September 21st. So we
Okay.
have a little bit of a long wait here, but me and you will definitely get together to talk about this one. AJ McKee tops it off. Unfortunately, had his opponent pulled out.
Hmm.
The man himself, Pat Curran, couldn't. What was it? Was it an injury? I think.
I have no idea. I didn't hear anything about it. It was just kind of a surprise when I saw it. I was like, oh shit, okay, Pat's out. So I would think it has to be something serious because I mean Kern hasn't fought in a minute. And you know, and
Yeah,
he's a fighter's fighter, so
yeah. I'm not. I thought that was going to be a really good test for AJ too, so
yeah,
I was excited for that.
same.
Um, Last time we saw Quran was back at was it 2017, October 2017. So
It's been a
it's
minute.
been
Yeah, like I said, been a minute.
John Teixeira, the win over John Teixeira. Um, yeah, there's some other really good fights on this. Rafael Lovato Jr. taking on
Hmm.
John Salter at 185. Denise Kielholtz, I hope I'm saying that right. The kickboxer
Hmm.
fighting on here. Patricky Pitbull, of course, and Roger Orita.
Yeah. So that funny story behind that one. Gucci Yamamuchi, I think that's how you
Mhm.
say his name. The fight was actually supposed to be me and Gucci
Uh-huh.
for that card. But I couldn't do it. I'm medically still not cleared.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, I was supposed to fight Gucci on that one. And then that's when Pitbull got put in to fight him, and then Gucci got hurt, so Roger Huerta stepped up. So
That's
yeah,
interesting. I didn't even
yeah,
know.
man. Yeah, that was one. I was super excited about it. Like when they called or when Kogan texted me, he's like, "Hey, how do you feel about fighting Gucci?" I was like, "Hell yeah, let's do that." You kidding me? Fucking, I want that opportunity. And he's like, "All right, September 21st." I was like, "No, I'm not cleared yet." So yeah,
Were you surprised? I mean, this is kind of going off track a little bit, but Yamochi gave gave Chandler. I mean, he actually gave him a fight,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. But he dropped him at one point, right, with like a head
Yeah,
kick or some shit.
I
Yeah,
was amazed.
and
I was there live. I think this was the LA one, right? So I was
okay,
there watching that cage side, and I saw it, and I was just like, "What is going on here?" Like Chandler looks human, you know.
yeah, yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
the
No,
thing with
he's a tough cat, man.
yeah, tough cat with some nasty jujitsu. That would have been really interesting to
Exactly.
see fight him. Now we got Patricky taking him on, so looking forward to that card. Not going to be for a while, but we will definitely be back before that to preview it, and then we'll also recap it, of course, and look forward to the big event, the Bellator 206, which is that's gonna be fun. That's Musasi versus McDonald,
Yeah.
Ali. Just stacked card, man.
They should just call that one Bellator 206. Fucking chaos.
Fucking chaos. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all it is, dude. That whole card is just chaos. You got
yeah,
Rampage Vanderlei again. You got,
exactly.
Musasi, Rory. The first round of the Grand Prix was that
Yeah,
yeah, dude, it's gonna be fucking nuts.
it's pray to the MMA gods that it stays together.
Right?
Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
but thanks so
exactly.
much, Speedy. I really appreciate you coming on here, man. And I really look forward to talking to you some more about Bellator, man. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity, man. You know, night I don't know, do we gingerly touch our tips as the knights of the round cage? I don't how's this happen? Like what do we do? I
I don't. To clear things up, I did not name this podcast. This was this is our podcast creator John Franklin's invention. So, but yes, we will. We will. What do they usually do when they break from the round table? They
I don't know. I thought they gingerly touch tips. This is a sincere question. I don't know.
tips.
Yeah.
We'll go
Like
with
they go
that.
here. And they fucking
Here.
touch.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do some historical research and get back to you on that.
Okay, cool, man.
Thanks,
Googling. Hey, do they touch tips gingerly or is it aggressively? How do they?
Oh man, thanks,
Cool,
man. I
man.
really
Thank you for the
appreciate it.
time.
Thanks.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too. Bye.